Hey guys, Jamie here. Welcome back to another video. Haven't done a video in about a week, and as you can tell by my quieter voice, am still recovering from catching the dreaded you know what for the second time. That's why I haven't made it. I was gonna get back to making videos on Monday, but then caught a bit of a cough and it got gradually worse. Turns out it was the you know what virus that begins with a C. I don't know if I'm allowed to say the word. That's why I'm being all weird and mysterious about this, but yeah, that's why I haven't made a video. I wanted to try to leave it to Wednesday. Still was kind of coughing. I could talk, but not without coughing every 2 seconds. But my voice is a bit quieter today, and that's obviously why. It's calmed down a bit. I can talk without coughing every 5 seconds. Excuse that silence. I had to take water. But yeah, and yeah, obviously there was other news came out yesterday. We lost Terry Funk, true legend in the wrestling business. I'm just gonna.
You party animal!
This is not the time, Vigo. This is really not the time. What are you wearing, by the way? I gotta change this. But yeah, Terry Funk, a true legend in the wrestling business. I remember the first time I watched I think it was him and Sabu in the barbed wire match in ECW. You know, the infamous match where Sabu tore an 11-inch gash in his bicep and taped it up and continued the match. I remember watching that match for the first time. It was brutal. It was a little bit too brutal for my taste, but Terry Funk is a legend. I've seen his stuff with Mick Foley and all that. I remember when he won the ECW title for the first time. I was so happy when I saw that on the DVD. I think it was what was it? It wasn't Rise and Fall. It was on Rise and Fall. It was in the documentary. But I saw the match for the first time on the what's it called? The ECW Most Violent Matches DVD. That's called Bloodsport in America. I don't know why they changed the name over here, but anyway, yeah. And yeah, Terry Funk was great. He's going to be greatly missed. And then this morning we got news that Bray Wyatt has died. Yeah, this one hits hard, man. This one hits hard. I don't know what to say. I liked Bray Wyatt when he was in WWE. I really did like him. Yeah, I liked Bray Wyatt when he was in WWE. I liked his theme. I liked his entrance. Um, I always thought he had really, really good matches with a lot of people. The stuff with the Shield and the Wyatt family, the Elimination Chamber was great. I loved the Fiend character, despite the red lights, which were kind of annoying. I did like the Fiend character a lot. And a lot of people backstage liked him as well. Yeah, rest in peace, Bray. Never be forgotten. Rest in peace, Bray and Terry. Both of these will never be forgotten. Legends. Anyway, this is just going to be where I've been. Yeah, I'm going to go with Vigo. Nope, better details, whatever, yeah. Continue. We're going to do a race on Peak 1. Going to go to Metro City. You know what, I'm going to do a race on Peak 2 actually. Ruthless Ridge. Start with a full boost. You know what, I'm going to have unlimited boost on. No knockdowns on as well, because they get annoying. Continue. So yeah, anyway, I'm just going to talk about the football now. Because, you know, football season's back underway. Might talk about some transfers that I'm interested in, because most transfers don't really surprise me nowadays, because, let's face it, nowadays the world has become... Well, society has become mind-numbingly stupid sometimes. Thankfully not in Northern Ireland. Well, mostly not Northern Ireland. A lot of people in Northern Ireland seem to have common sense and are just naturally quiet people. Unless you're in Belfast on the 12th. Because, well, the 12th. You know. I'm sure it's like that in Glasgow as well, because, you know, there's Rangers fans. Oh my god, I landed that. I wasn't expecting to land that at all. Anyway, I'm gonna have to start talking louder if you guys want to hear me. I haven't made a This Is Football 2003 episode. I was gonna make one, but at the same time, I wanted to keep this video shorter because, you know, voice hasn't fully recovered yet, so I want to try to keep this as quiet as I can. Anyway, football. Rangers started off their season with a loss to Kilmarnock, which I was not happy about. And Rangers fans, as usual, tended to severely overreact. Look, I love the Rangers fans as much as the next guy, but our fans tend to severely overreact. Well, most football fans nowadays just severely overreact anytime their team so much as doesn't breathe right on the pitch. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna restart. Screw this. That was awful. But then the next week we somewhat recovered a few days later with a win over Servette, the Champions League at Ibrox. Oh, also, if you're wondering where I've been for the last week, before that, I was away at a caravan park for a week. Just to get to get a family trip to a caravan park for a week. So that's where I've been. That's why I didn't make any videos. I put up a community post about that if anyone saw that. But yeah, and then when I got back, I had caught that COVID, essentially, is what it was. It tested positive. So yeah, I think I'm nearly all good now. Where am I going? Okay, thank you. Yeah, then Rangers, who did we face after that? I think we had a 4-0 win against someone, and it might have been St Johnstone. It might have been St Johnstone or so, I don't know. I think we beat someone 4-0 in the league. I can't remember who it was. Then we beat. We went to Servette and got a 1-1 draw, which is good because apparently Servette haven't lost at home since like April 2022, and they're champions of like the Belgian league or whatever, the Swiss league. I think they're a team from Switzerland. I didn't like their kits. I thought their kit was absolutely hideous. Other Scottish teams have been doing well. Aberdeen, I think, came back from that 2-1 down, 2-0 down to get a 2-2 draw. Hibs, have been up and down. They lost their first leg to some random team that I can't even remember the name of, and then hammered them 6-1 at Easter Road, and I was like, why didn't they just do that in the first leg? And then they drew Aston Villa and got battered 5-0, which I was then laughing myself silly when I saw that. And Footloose was probably laughing himself silly when they saw that as well. I hate Hibs. I despise Hibs. I absolutely can't stand Hibs. I think Hearts were playing last night. I think they might have lost 2-1, but they scored first. I didn't see it, but, you know. And then the Irish teams are doing kind of well as well. If you guys saw the Irish teams, Larne, Crusaders, and Glentoran and Linfield all got to like the second round of qualifying, which is pretty good. And last year, Linfield were like on the verge of qualifying for the group stage, but we conceded a last minute goal and proceeded to lose on penalties, unfortunately. But that's the closest any Northern Irish team has ever come to getting to the group stage of a European tournament. Anyway, back to this season. Enough reminiscing about painful memories from last season. Liverpool have started off with a 1-0, no, not 1-0, a 1-1 draw at Chelsea, which had like 3 first half goals disallowed. And a blatant handball ignored, but then again, referees are awful nowadays, so I'm not really surprised at that. And then the next week, it comes out. This is something that annoyed me. Caicedo and Lavia, right? This happened twice. Liverpool had announced that they had signed both of them. Liverpool announced they had signed Caicedo. The next day, he comes out and says he only wants to go to Chelsea. I know they had like a gentleman's agreement. I think that's what they said. They said something about a gentleman's agreement. And then it came out that he wanted to go to Chelsea, and then Chelsea signed him for like 115 million. And then Lavia, this is the thing that annoys me. Romeo Lavia did the exact same thing. Literally, the exact same thing. And apparently it came out, I'll say this after I say this, it came out, Liverpool had agreed a 60 million deal for Romeo Lavia. He then comes out the next day and says that he wants to go to Chelsea. And then Chelsea signed him. And this is the part that annoys me about it. Apparently that little rat Caicedo apparently told him to snub Liverpool. So it's Caicedo's fault that Liverpool didn't get Lavia. And then just to make things funnier, he then comes on Caicedo comes on for his debut against West Ham and proceeds to be absolutely horrendous and give away a penalty in injury time. Liverpool fans were laughing themselves silly. I was laughing myself silly when I saw that. When the highlights popped up on TV again a few days later, I happily sat down and watched the entire thing. It was brilliant. It was brilliant.
At least you have a sense of humor.
Ah. Haha. But yeah, and then Liverpool the next week we went out and we beat Bournemouth. Was it? Yeah, Bournemouth, 3-0. Sorry, I get them. I'm always getting. Is anyone else getting Bournemouth confused with Brentford all the time, or is that just me? I think it's because their away kits look similar. Because they both have blue away kits. Because they both play in red stripes and they both have blue away kits. Maybe that's just me, but I don't know. Yeah, we started off pretty shaky. We conceded a goal which was immediately disallowed before proceeding to immediately concede a goal and go 1-0 down. But then that seemed to, after about like 20 minutes or so, we seemed to calm down and take control. And then eventually we were fine. We scored 3 goals, we beat them, yeah, we were fine. We calmed down. Apart from that stupid red card for Alexis McAllister, I'm still trying to figure out what the hell was a red card about. It wasn't a great challenge, but it wasn't a red card. I think even people who don't like Liverpool were saying it. It gets to the point where when people who don't like Liverpool are saying it's not a red card, that's when you know it's not a red card. If players who hate this team with a passion are defending their players, that's when it gets bad. Thankfully, I think 2 or 3 days ago it got overturned and he's available for Newcastle now, but seriously. Oh, and Footloose. I got even more good news for you. Celtic are out of the cup. Haha, at last. Celtic got knocked out of the cup by Kilmarnock the other day. That made I had literally the perfect weekend of football. Rangers won, Liverpool won, and Linfield won. And not only that, Man United got beat by Tottenham. Chelsea got battered by West Ham. And Celtic got knocked out of the cup all on one weekend. And then to make things even better, Hibs got battered last night by Aston Villa. And John McGinn said he was nervous. Well, not last night. I think it was 2 nights ago. I'm getting it mixed up with Hearts, because Hearts were last night. So yeah, a pretty fun week of football, I'd say. I don't really watch any other matches other than my team. The only match I'll watch is if there's a cracking 3-2 or 3-3 that people are raving about. I'll just be like, yeah, screw it, and just watch that. I can catch up. Hang on. Oh my god, they both fell at the line. They both fell at the line. And I've taken 3rd. Yeah, the only matches I'll watch other than my team are if there's a 4-3 or something, or if it's not matches of the day, because I watch matches of the day I don't watch it every Wednesday and something, that'll be too much to keep up with. Because I watch Raw, SmackDown, and NXT. Raw is 3 hours, SmackDown is 2 hours, NXT is 2 hours. Match of the day is an hour and a half. Plus watching Rangers and Liverpool and Linfield every week, that is enough to keep up with. So yeah, trying to watch all that. Bit much to keep up with. But yeah, let's do another event. Let's do a freestyle, actually. Monstrous hits and pipe finish. I can't remember who Rangers were playing at the weekend, but I think we did win. It was we had a 3-0 win, and then a week or two ago we had a 4-0 win, I think. Yeah, and then Rangers have made some good signings. This Rangers team is actually looking really good. I like players like Sema and Cifuentes. They look really good. That Jose Cifuentes guy, apparently he was meant to be worth like 8.2 million. And it came out that Rangers had signed him for like 1.2. He was meant to be worth like 8 to 12 million. So like, I don't know how Rangers managed to pull that off, but we did. But yeah, I think... And yeah, I've also got some reading to do. I did pick up some DVDs and books though, so I'll have a pickup video, I think, at some point, you know. I don't know if it'll be later because I do need to let my voice recover. Maybe tomorrow or Sunday I'll try and get that out because I got some wrestling DVDs. And I'll spoil this here. I did pick up another PS2 memory card. By the way, this is the new one. I've already checked it. There's like some old FIFA and Need for Speed. There's actually some games I have in my collection on this memory card, like FIFA 09 and Need for Speed Underground. There's some Sonic Heroes and stuff on it. So yeah, good stuff there with that memory card. But yeah, anyway. That's been me rambling for 15 minutes, guys. I'm going to go and try and get some reading done. And yeah, I'll see you next time.